Okay, here we are, our second interview tonight on the, what is the date today? The 18th of April at Dubai Airport. We're coming back from our successful, moderately successful, or very successful campaign in Tashkent with the Asia Oceania titles, Sports Sambo. And so I'm talking with Sam Traish, and he's one of the head trainers, or the head trainer at the moment in jiu-jitsu and kickboxing and anything else.
Just all around great guy.
At Blue Mountains Martial Arts Centre. And he also came over, he attracted funding, or he got funding from FIAS to come over with me as my coach and assistant. So they actually paid for someone to come as I'm a blind athlete to assist me and come over and coach me mat side. But you know, it's they realise it's difficult for blind people to travel alone, so that was a fantastic thing that they've done. But I'm just going to ask Sam, what was your opinion of the tournament from your point of view?
What it was amazing, seeing the dedication and the effort that FIAS and the sport of Sambo puts towards any kind of blind athlete, I've never seen in any other combat sport. It was amazing. So Mark competed 2 years ago at the World Combat Games, which is almost like the Olympics for martial arts, and he competed in jiu-jitsu. And even though they brought on varied para-athletes, your amputees, blind, deaf,
sports division,
para-division, the blind athletes, there was maybe only 6 to 8 athletes across all the weight ranges. In this one Sambo championship, which is not even the world championship, there was about 40 to 50 different blind athletes. They even had the different classifications for complete blind, and
I think there was 3 weight ranges, and there was 2 classifications. So there was what do they call it?
V1 and
V2,
which was amazing to see a sport, like Mark just said, to all expenses paid for 50 plus athletes, and all their coaches / trainers. This just shows the commitment the sport of Sambo has to para athletes, and in particular the blind. So if there's anyone that you know that is visually impaired and is looking to get into some exercise or a sport, Sambo would be the sport, because it's one of those martial arts that don't require sight to do. You just need to be able to hold on to someone and touch, and Sambo's the sport for you.
Tell them a bit about the specialised equipment that I had to wear.
Yeah, so what really, again, going back to what Sambo is they put thought into it. So regardless, to make it a fair sport, obviously visually impaired, there's degrees to people's sight, and you want to make sure every athlete has a fair chance to come into a competition and
level
for
playing
gold.
field.
So what they've developed is a special helmet that all athletes will wear, which will make sure everyone's sight is at almost at a 0. So no one has sight. Even if some blind athlete had some vision in their eye, these helmets which they're able to compete in means everyone is on the same playing field. And that's awesome that a sport has come up with a piece of equipment that allows that for blind athletes to participate.
Yeah. So to describe it, really, it's the head. It's like boxing headgear. So it's a soft helmet, and it has a flexible blindfold that comes down over your eyes, so that you totally, your peripheral vision. There's no central, no peripheral vision happening there, and it also serves as a buffer between, people flinging their hands around and accidentally hitting, or cuts. I mean, with all of my hair, which I have none, I often get scratched or cut on the forehead, and that causes bleeding. And in a tournament, that can stop the tournament. And there was a special little time in one of my fights. I had 3 fights. I won 2. And in the second fight, there was a special little time where Sam had to do something unusual that we've never run into before, have we, Sam? What was that?
I had to pull
It
his
was a bit
pants
funny.
up, so it was a bit weird.
Pull my pants up, mate.
No, Mark's shoes came untied during the competition, and so as a blind athlete, he was unable to tie it himself. Obviously, he's more than welcome to, and he knows he can capable of it. But within the sports of Sambo, I guess that would be
For some reason,
form of cheating.
they want the coach to tie the shoes.
I had to tie his shoes match side. I was speedy
It's
quick.
quite funny.
Only took me about 40 or 50 seconds to tie another man's shoes, but I do that for my athlete.
And I want that to continue over the next couple of days, okay? So you can tie my shoes.
What I'd mention is, again, for anyone who's visually impaired and looking to get into the sport of Sambo, this is great. It gives you guys a platform to perform on the world stage. Like, we met many people over the last few days where they're forced, regardless of their grappling, to fight able-bodied individuals in regards to their grappling. So there's never a blind division. These guys had their own division. They all got to fight equally, and they got to win a world championship. I've never seen like the pure happiness that some of these men felt when they got to, whether it was win or loss, it was like they got to do their sport and it was like be recognized for it. So it's a really cool moment.
Okay, and just your quick views on Uzbekistan and Tashkent as a city and as the experience.
One of the nicest countries we've ever been to. Not a bad word to say about it. Maybe if you get a little bit edgy and very fast moving taxis, but if you trust in the taxi driver, you'll get to your place. But it is such a green city. Everything is appropriately priced. No one tries to rip you off. There's food of any type you would want. Like, you could be here for weeks and you wouldn't get bored.
Great for food, isn't it?
Definitely recommend it. Very safe place.
Okay, thanks, Sam.
No, thank you, Mark.
Awesome.